What's good, Modern Retro Show fam? Teacher Eddie back with another ERB reaction. So first off, we got 3 brand new Hall of Fame Patreons to thank. Viking Nerd, Chad A, and Chris H. So Chris H is a huge fan of our ERB reactions, and he requested this one. So we're doing Wonder Woman versus Stevie Wonder. So Wonder versus Wonder. They should have gotten the girl from Small Wonder, too. That was one of the creepiest shows of the 80s. Just really think back on the plot of that TV show, Small Wonder. Anyway, let's get started.
Wonder Woman versus Stevie Wonder.
Wait a second.
Woman versus Stevie Wonder.
Is that T-Pain? They got T-Pain to be Stevie Wonder? God damn.
Wonder Woman fly, I'm about to tell you why. Princess Diana, but this lady don't die. My rhymes are signed, sealed, and delivered on time. You a bald has-been, I'm in my Amazon Prime.
Damn. All right. Number 1, Wonder Woman looking fine as all hell. Wonder Woman fly. Obviously a double pun, right? Because Wonder Woman, one of her powers is that she can fly, but also that she fly. I mean, look at that. That is just majestic right there.
The woman fly, I'm about to tell you why. Princess Diana, but this lady don't.
That is a hot line. Princess Diana, but this lady don't die, right? So, of course, Wonder Woman's real name is Diana, and she is a princess. But, of course, making reference to Princess Diana, who was married to, of course, Prince Charles. And she was known as Lady Di, but also she actually died back in, I think it was 96 or 97. She unfortunately died during, I think it was, it was a car crash. So that's like a triple right there. Lady Di, Lady died, and she is also a princess, Princess Diana. That's a layered one right there.
Don't die, my rhymes are signed, sealed, and delivered.
My rhymes are signed, sealed, and delivered on time, right? So she's saying her rhymes are tight, but signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours, is a song by Stevie Wonder.
Delivered on time, you a bald has-been, I'm in my Amazon Prime.
So, you a bald has-been. So yeah, Stevie Wonder's hair has been receding quicker than LeBron James's. And of course, Wonder Woman is an Amazonian. So of course, then the play on Amazon Prime. Wow. So saying, of course, she's in her prime. Damn, she is fine, by the way. Damn.
I tell you what I say, you bet your star from Ray. The grin in the shades and the King Cobra head sway. Gods made me out of clay, then they broke the mold. I'm like Gina Davis in the Justice League of my own.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
I tell you what I say, you bet your star from Ray. The grin in the shades and the King Cobra head.
You bit your style from Ray, so she's referring to Ray Charles, who did predate Little Stevie Wonder. So Stevie Wonder, kind of like Michael Jackson, got a pretty quick head start. He started out pretty young, but by the time he got on the scene, Ray Charles was already a legend. Ray Charles also, of course, blind piano player, is an absolute icon in music history. And yeah, he did. Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, you know, he was definitely influenced by Ray, but you know, the King Cobra head sway, yeah, definitely. That's a harsh one.
Gods made me out of clay, then they broke the mold. I'm like Gina Davis.
Yeah, that's one as the teacher in me is gonna come out right now.
Gods made me out of clay, then they broke the mold. I'm like
Yeah, so God's made me out of clay, then they broke the mold. So there's an old saying, of course, when they made me, they broke the mold, right? Because you're apparently God's gift to the planet. So Wonder Woman was made out of clay by her mother and then gifted with her superpowers by the Greek gods. But then I'm like Gina Davis. Gina Davis is not spelled with an I. Gina Davis is spelled with, I believe it's a double E. So yeah. Teacher Eddie, docking your points on grammar right there and spelling. But yeah, Gina Davis was in a movie that came out in 1992, I believe. It's called A League of Their Own. Also starred Tom Hanks, Madonna, Rosie O'Donnell was in it. Great movie about women's baseball during World War II. And it was called A League of Their Own, and she's saying she's in a league of her own, of course. And of course, the movie was about women, taking over a traditional man's role in baseball while the boys were away for World War II. And Wonder Woman, of course, is a female icon in the superhero world, which is mostly dominated by males.
Gina Davis in the Justice League of my own.
Oh, and of course, in a Justice League of my own. So, of course, the other thing is Wonder Woman is a part of DC Comics' Justice League, which is DC's version of the Avengers, along with Superman, Batman, Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern.
Just called to say that you need to ditch the hair beads, looking like the Predator after some chemotherapy.
Damn, she's going in hard on Steve. Poor little Stevie Wonder. What'd she say there?
I just called to say that.
I just called to say I love you. So yeah, I just called. That's a very famous song by Stevie Wonder, of course. That you need to ditch the hair beads. I do agree with that. Stevie Wonder and the hair beads is also always kind of like, just doesn't go. Not that he would know.
You need to ditch the hair beads, looking like the Predator after some chemotherapy.
Looking like the Predator after some chemotherapy. Yeah, so The Predator was a movie from the 80s with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it's this alien race that, are basically like apex predators, right? And they do have those dreadlocks as well. If you've never seen it, check it out. I think there's like 72 Predator movies, but obviously the first one's the best one. Although Alien versus Predator wasn't too bad, but still the first Predator was the best one with Arnold. And Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed was in it. Jesse the Body Ventura was in it. But yeah. But of course, she's referring to the fact that obviously it looks like he's been on some chemotherapy because number one, he's balding. And number two, obviously he's much smaller than the Predator is.
Therapy, but don't be scared. I let bats down easy, so you don't gotta worry about a thing, little Stevie.
Damn, I let bats down easy. So Wonder Woman and Batman did have a relationship, but then she basically friend-zoned him. So she did let him down easy, I guess. So, yeah, and of course, the old trope that, blind as a bat, even though bats are not blind. And also there's over 1,000 different species of bats. And some of them actually have excellent eyesight. It's just they hunt better using echo. But it's an old trope. Bats aren't really blind. Oh man, I can't remember the song. What song is that? He's quoting one of his own songs. That is the opening to one of his songs. I cannot remember for the life of me. I feel like this is the beginning. Man, I can't remember.
Like this is the beginning. But you have sucked for a few thousand years.
Yeah, but then he says, I've loved you for however many years, I forget. Oh, man. I think it's You Are My Sunshine. I think that's what it is. Anyway, you guys will correct me. But he's saying, yeah, you've sucked for a few thousand years. Damn! Talk about multi-layered right there. This is a man who comes from a higher ground. So, of course, he's trying to say that, I guess, that she's insulting everything from his looks to his hair to him being blind. But he's like, I'm saying I'm coming from a higher ground, right? I'm not going to insult you, on your looks and all that stuff. And Higher Ground is also a song by Stevie Wonder as well, Higher Ground. This line, I say DC is a whole step down. Now, this could have multiple meanings. So the number one meaning, of course, is DC, which is for DC Comics, right? So he's saying that DC Comics is a whole step down, right? Because that's the big argument is Marvel is so much better than DC. Even though that's arguable in some instances. I do think DC makes better animated features than Marvel, but Marvel overall does make the better movies. But the whole step down thing. So initially, I would have said this was like an electrical reference, like, DC power, direct current power. And then you have converters that, step up converters, step down converters. But thanks to Jacob, who is he's learning how to play guitar right now. With tuning the guitar, I do know that D and C also refers to the step down in notes, right? So he's saying that her whole thing is a whole step down. So the difference between the D and the C chord. I said before, Wonder Woman, like her line was like really, nuanced and multi-layered, but this line is taking the cake so far. And by the way, again, I forgot to pick my favorite at the beginning, but my favorite is Wonder Woman. Definitely. I love Stevie, but I love Wonder Woman more. But unless you can top this line right here, I don't think Wonder Woman's going to win. Damn. I've been spitting out hits since Fingertips. So Fingertips was his first big hit. It was called Fingertips. And you also, of course, if you're a blind person, use your fingertips to read Braille. So that's how they would read books, signs, menus, things of that nature. Blind people utilize Braille, which is, a series of indentations which they feel with their fingers. But blind people also use their fingers to, feel people's faces. At least that's what they show us in movies, even though some blind people that I've spoken to are like, yeah, I don't do that stuff. That's just weird, touching people's faces like that. But they do show us that in movies, right? So, yeah, but he's saying to read my lips, right? See what I'm saying. Wow. That might be one of the best bars I've ever heard so far in ERB.
How you gonna talk about a bat being blind? You need to echo relocate to the 4th of July. Cause you're misindependent, or at least you try. But your first story is you running off with a guy. Okay, now let me...
Stevie's killing it right now. How are you going to talk about a bat being blind? So, of course, again, reference to bats being blind, Batman.
You're gonna talk about a bat being blind. You need to echo relocate.
So echolocation is what bats use when they hunt, right? They use echo to locate prey and objects and things of that nature. But he's saying you need to echo relocate to the 4th of July.
To the 4th of July. Cause you're misindependent, or at least you try.
Because you miss independent. So, of course, Independence Day, 4th of July. Wonder Woman's outfit, of course, especially in the old school outfit, is just covered with, stars. And she wears, the American flag colors.
But your first story is you running off with a...
So he's trying to say you try to come off like this feminist icon and Miss Independent, but in your first story, you run off with Steve Trevor. So it's the old trope of, alone, she's nothing. She needs a man by her side.
Okay, now let me tell the truth, because I know you got the lasso. You got that whack flow, suffering sappho. The ceremony...
Suffering sasso? That's like me hearing blather strike. Darkwing Duck reference right there, if anyone remembers.
Truth, because I know you got the...
Telling the truth because I know you got the lasso. So one of Wonder Woman's weapons is the Lasso of Truth. So if she does get the Lasso of Truth around you, you can't lie. You're forced to tell the truth.
You got that whack flow, suffering sasso.
You got that whack flow, suffering sasso. This is just for suffering sasso alone. I don't know what Wonder Woman can do, but I'm taking another loss, and I'm saying there's no way Wonder Woman's recovering from this verse. Suffering sasso. So Suffering Sasso is something that Wonder Woman would say in the old school Wonder Woman comics. It was kind of like her catchphrase, so to speak. Like, again, with Darkwing Duck, he had blather and blather strike, or Robin would have, holy whatever, Batman. So Sappho refers to an ancient Greek poet and she wrote poetry about because she came from the island of Lesbos, which is where we get, of course, the term lesbian. And she would write a lot of poetry about, female to female adoration. So the early Wonder Woman writers were trying to basically put her off as a lesbian. So suffering Sappho, so she would say suffering Sappho all the time. But he's also saying in this case that your lines are whack, and of course making a reference to her catchphrase, but also the fact that Sappho was a poet. So her poetry, in comparison to whatever Wonder Woman is doing, Wonder Woman's just straight up whack.
The ceremony master blaster with the bars, and I got more Grammys than your panties got stars.
Well, I'm a woman.
Oh my God. I could just stop this right here, because I don't know anything that Wonder Woman's going to do. If she's just going to pick on the fact again that he's blind and all that stuff. I'm the ceremony master, so the term MC, when you talk about rappers, right, you have MCs. So it comes from the term master of ceremonies. So he flips it here to call himself the ceremony master. Master Blaster. So ceremony Master Blaster. Master Blaster, another Stevie Wonder song. And of course he's blasting out them bars.
The bars, and I got more Grammys than your panties.
I got more Grammys than your panties got stars. Bravo. I mean, T-Pain, number one T-Pain as Stevie Wonder is just fantastic on its own. But that verse was fire. Probably one of the, I would say, top verses I've heard so far.
Panties got stars.
Well, I'm a woman who wonders what you're thinking. Some of your records make me wish you started drinking. Even if I stick to the best selections, your YouTube videos raise some vision questions.
Okay.
Well, I'm a woman who wonders what you're thinking.
I'm a woman who wonders what you're thinking. So, of course, she's Wonder Woman. She wonders what he's thinking.
Some of your records make me wish you started.
Some of you records, man. Again, man, I got to find out who this woman is because, wow, I'm in love. But anyway, back to the real. Make me wish you start drinking. So, Stevie Wonder famously is sober, I guess is the way you put it. Like, he doesn't drink. He's against drinking. He's never drunk. He's done a lot of records and songs about drinking. He's done PSAs for like Dare and all these anti-drinking, establishments. Not establishments. Whatever. You get the idea. So he's very against drinking. So she's saying, man, I wish you started drinking when you were writing some of these songs.
Drinking, even if I stick to the best selections, your YouTube videos raise some vision questions.
I remember that. Your YouTube videos raise some vision questions.
Even if I stick to the best selections, your YouTube videos raise some.
Yeah, so there was this was like viral when it happened, but I forget which award show it was, but Stevie Wonder was doing a cover of a Beatles song with Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney accidentally knocked over the mic, and Stevie Wonder caught it. And then it went viral because everybody was like, hold on a second. Is Stevie Wonder really blind? So, yeah. Vision questions.
Vision questions.
Your ignorant questions can never cause as much pain as never knowing how stupid you look in your airplane. You're a
Yes. 100%. Yes. So he's saying her questions are just ignorant.
Questions can never cause as much pain as never knowing how stupid you look.
Can never cause as much pain. So he's saying your ignorant questions don't hurt me. They don't cause me any pain. The only thing that does cause me pain is how stupid you look in your airplane. So absolutely 100%, billion%. The Wonder Woman invisible jet is one of the stupidest things ever. Especially in the comics. It's like if she's inside the jet and it's invisible, so everything inside the jet is invisible as well. So why do we see her? It's just weird. Like all the seats and everything inside the jet, we don't see those, but we see Wonder Woman for some reason. And she's just flying around seated in this invisible jet. My favorite one was when Family Guy was like, wait, did you just go to the bathroom? Because she was seated. You couldn't tell. Was she seated in the bathroom? Is she seated in the front seat? But yeah, she does look ridiculous in the in the invisible jet.
Look in your airplane. You're a misguided C- on the Bechdel test joke, and my worst song is better than your best TV show.
Damn. Again, Stevie Wonder is just killing it.
You're a misguided C- on the Bechdel test.
Bechdel test, I don't remember, but I know it has something to do with women. I just forget what a Bechdel test is specifically. But I guess he's calling her a failure as a woman.
Joke, and my worst song is better than your best TV show.
That is, arguably. So there have been several Wonder Woman shows. The most famous one is the one from the 70s with Linda Carter. And I love Linda Carter as Wonder Woman, but the show was pretty cheesy, especially her whole Wonder Woman spin, how she would spin and change into Wonder Woman. Yeah. And then there was another Wonder Woman show that I don't even think the pilot made it to air. It was that bad. So, yeah.
I don't want to judge a talking book by its cover. But on the vegan buffet, you a full-time lover and a part-time father. From what I've discovered, 9 different kids with 5 different mothers.
That's true. I don't want to judge a talking book. So, talking book, I believe, is also Stevie Wonder's song. And of course, talking book, again, going back to the whole Braille thing, not judging a book by its cover is another saying, like, don't judge somebody just based on appearance alone.
I don't want to judge a talking book by its cover. But on the vegan buffet, you a full-time lover.
Yeah, the vegan buffet, you're a full-time lover. So Stevie Wonder and Paul McCartney are both vegans and have been for decades. But then again, how's that an insult? They're just trying to live a healthy lifestyle. That is true. He has multiple children with multiple women. As far as what kind of father he is, that I can't comment on. I don't know that.
Couldn't walk in my shoes, so stick to your red boots. With heart so thin, even I can see through. Walk in my shoes, so stick to your red boots.
Can't walk in my shoes, right? When people say you can't walk, try to walk a mile in my shoes before you try to understand me. So stick to your reboots. So, of course, all the continuous, comic book reboots over and over again, even though Wonder Woman, I don't think has been rebooted really, because I don't think there was Wonder Woman ever appeared in any movies prior to Batman v Superman. With plot so thin, even I can see through. That's just another hot line, but oh my God. Yeah, the plots of DC movies are not the best.
Superstition, I believe you got this. Not even your tiara's coming back from this.
Damn, and that last line. It's not a superstition. So, of course, another Stevie Wonder song. Very superstitious. Writings on the wall.
I believe you got this. Not even your tiara's coming back.
Not even your tiara's coming back from this. So she can use her tiara as like a boomerang. So boomerangs, of course, you throw them and then they're supposed to come back. So he's saying, it's not superstition. I know you got dissed. Not even your tiara's coming back from this. I mean, hands down, this is not even close. Stevie Wonder destroyed her. Stevie Wonder is Mike Tyson level. It's like Tyson versus not even Michael Spinks. It's Tyson versus Marvis Frazier, Joe Frazier's son. It's like a 27-second knockout. I mean, I love Wonder Woman, but number one, I mean. Again, let me know who she is. Number 2, T-Pain as Stevie Wonder and dropping some of the hottest lines and layered bars. And like I said, his verses were just amazing. Not even close. Not even close. So thank you, Chris, for a great suggestion. Love this ERB so much. And of course, as always, I'm going to shout out the Patreons. If you want to support the show, please check out the description. We got all the links there. James R, Spacey Doodle, Elena, Ulrike, Alex, Baba Mama, Aaron Shepard, Big J Jobina, Chris, Clement, Vijandra, Muri Kakari, Alan, Chad, Dallas Eager, Freeman, Nathan, Rasmus, and Viking Nerd. I've been Teacher Ready, and I'll see you next time.